Hey everyone, I trust that you're doing amazing. I have a mic here. Yeah, it's just the way that it works today. Um, Viewer's question, and I'm going to answer this question from my perspective. And there are so many answers to this question. You have to figure out your own answer because you are a unique perspective of all that is. And that means that, yeah, your way is the best way. But still, it's not always easy to figure out what the best way is. So I'm just going to give you how I would do it and how I do it when I'm in something similar. And then you can check if that resonates for you. Okay, so the question is about how to choose new probabilities because probabilities are always surrounding us. And the one that you experience the next moment is based on your now thoughts and feelings. That's why it's so important to always know what you're thinking and feeling, and seriously, always, because your inner self is always listening. It's not like it's sleeping for a couple of hours and you can just go ahead and be like not aware of what you're thinking and feeling, unfortunately. But on the other hand, like once you get this down and you really understand this, then it also means that it's very easy and quick to create the wanted things and to experience the wanted things. Okay, so the question is, shouldn't what you now want be stated as an option in reaction to stating out loud, no, this is no longer an option when you're experiencing something? The answer is yes, you can do that. But the thing is, in my experience, when something happens that I do not like to happen, and it's like the so manyth time that I experience it, I cannot pretend that it's not happening because I have an emotional reaction to what happens. If you do not have an emotional reaction to what happens, then yes, you could do that. But let's assume that you do have an emotional reaction to it and you think, I don't want this. Why is this in my life? Then it really helps to get super clear and even angry. Like I get really pissed and I say, no, this is no longer an option. For me, it's like clearing the mud away. And if I would pretend like I see something is happening that I don't like, and it's like the 10th or the 11th or how manyth time, I see what is happening and I pretend it's not there, even though I have an emotional reaction to it. And I just pretend like, no, it's not there, it's not there. I'm just going to state something different. Then I'm putting flowers on mud. And with the least bit of wind, the flowers are away and the mud is there again. Yeah, nice analogy. So what I do with this stating of this is no longer an option, bless you, this is no longer an option, I clear the mud and I say, no, not anymore. And then I can go ahead and state something different and feel into a probability that I would like. And you know what? Sometimes it takes getting pissed a couple of times and it doesn't work always immediately. And who cares? Because it's not about getting quick results, it's about getting lasting results. And we're here to play, right? It's not about like, oh, everything is a chore and we need to get everything out of the way. It is about realizing that we're in it's one big playground, and I know it doesn't always feel like that, especially if you take things super seriously, like chronic illness. You mentioned a chronic illness, or financial difficulties. They feel super real. It's really important to take a step back and to look at it and like, hey, wait a minute. I'm taking all of this way too seriously. And you cannot, or maybe you can, but I cannot. I cannot create nice things from heaviness and heavy feeling, a feeling that I need to labor and get this out of my life. So that's actually also one of the big tips that helps me always. Like I'm studying for an exam that I have on Friday, and I woke up extremely stressed and I thought, what is going on? And then I found out it was about this exam that I have on Friday. And I've been really working hard today. And finally, I'm there at the point that I'm like, hey, wait a minute. First of all, I know that I'm good at this and this will be fine. And it's a learning experience anyway. And I don't feel like feeling like this. I just want to feel free and happy and enjoy the class instead of being super stressed about it. So you have to find what works best for you. For me, that works for me. That I say, wait a minute, I want to have fun. I don't want to be serious and way down because of, yeah, nonsense. Okay, you had one other thing that you said in another comment. You said, I guess I have never understood meditation. I mean, if my mind is present and clear from past or present, then shouldn't I focus on what I desire? I could use healing now, but also financial freedom. Those are the areas I'm working on. So, with regards to meditation, you say I've never understood meditation. You don't need to understand it. If meditation is not your thing, don't do it. Like, you don't. Everything in the book of Linda Merendaal, because you refer to the book as well, it isn't like you have to do it like this and only this way. No, you have your own way. And if meditation is not your thing, it's not your thing. Then find out what is your thing. Yeah, again, it might be a bit annoying, right? If you don't really know where to go. But that's life is find out your way, get to know you. What is your way? And you're watching this video and reading this book and watching other videos and reading other books to figure out like, hey, what resonates most with me? And maybe there are a couple of things and you take a bit from this and you take a bit from that. And then at one point, maybe you, how do you say it? Create your own complete method, and maybe you will share that with other people in the hope that other people can work with that too. But yeah, meditation is not your way, it's not your way. Then do something different. Yes, you should always focus on what you desire. And it comes down to also the other question that you had. You should always focus on what you desire, but don't pretend when you had an emotional response to something that it isn't there, because it's like putting something beautiful in a very dirty glass, like a beautiful, I don't know, let's say a gemstone, and you have this glass that is filled with mucus and whatnot, and you just pretend that that stuff isn't there. It doesn't work like that for me. Was there anything else that I wanted to share? Oh yeah, yes, I want to share something else. If you are tired of having a chronic illness, then when you have stated, okay, I am so done with this, and you have figured out that this is not what you want, then it is your work to, as good as you can, focus on the healthy version of you. Because the more that you are aware of your chronic illness, the longer you perpetuate it. So after you have stated, I'm done with this shit, I'm so done, you have to really be super persistent and focused on how the healthy version of you feels. And again, don't pretend when you're really angry and really sad and really everything that it's not there. You have to release that stuff. But at one point, you get to a point where you feel like you have released enough and that you're ready for the next step and the next step. And I feel that the next step is now, because otherwise you would not be questioning this. You go into, okay, how does the healthy version of me feel? Same with financial freedom. If you are constantly aware of you not having financial freedom, or constantly being aware of not having enough money, what do you create more of? Not having enough money. We can talk way longer about this. I'm gonna stop now. Maybe you have other questions, put them in the description. Listen to this a couple of times, and you will get it. I One version of you already gets it, and one version of you is already living the life that you are looking forward to living. Otherwise, you wouldn't be drawn to it like everything is now. So the version of you that already has this is nudging you towards her. Enough talking. I'm going to study more, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and I have a really cool interview for you. A friend of mine created herself a trip and a move to a different country in the times of COVID. She created being with the love of her life, and her music business, her music stuff doing amazing too. So I will upload this interview soon, and I see you when I see you. Much love. Ciao.